Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to, I believe, part 8 of my United States of America campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order. Oh! Okay, we're doing this. Okay, I was just about to say that, I need to start accelerating my way through through this series because there was an announcement that the New Order was going to update and it was going to break the save files, so I've now taken my Steam account offline so it won't update automatically, or accidentally for that matter. So this campaign is now my #1 priority. This and the Aryan Brotherhood / Hyperborea campaign that I've been live streaming, because I want to knock these out so I can get my Steam back online, and then also move on to some other things. But okay, we're starting things with a bang. I thought we were going to get to the impeachment today, but this is bigger. Violence erupted across South Africa today as the Boer Republic, angered at what they have perceived as endless attacks on themselves by the South African government, formally declared its independence from the Republic of South Africa. Accompanying the declaration, Boer militias, carrying mostly German armaments, have spread out across the Orange Free State and numerous other parts of northwestern South Africa, even though it's kind of the east, coming into armed conflict with South African soldiers stationed in the area. As the conflict continues to escalate, it is currently unknown what exactly the German response will be, yet as observers report increasing militarization of the South African border by the newly formed Afrika Shield, many consider the German response to be self-evident. So it's these three here. African chaos, typical. Yeah, let's go! Oh, yes. I hope you all enjoyed my Paint It Black song that I did on Christmas. It should have been before this, by the time this goes up. No one starts at war, or rather, no one in his senses ought to do so, without first being clear in his mind what he intends to achieve by that war and how he intends to conduct it. Harold G. Moore, we were soldiers once, and young. The dominoes shall stop. Okay. Volunteers. Why can't I send it to them? Is there going to be like an event or something? I've never actually done this. Europe's in flames. Whatever. Proxy wars. Proxy wars. I want to get involved in the proxy war. So I've completed that cryptology stuff there in that area, so that's good. We can now reveal the intel anytime whenever we want to start getting our bonuses against them. Okay, so Ostafrika has now declared war on the Union of South Africa. War is hell. When will it end? Seriously, when can we get involved? Is it a decision? Is it like what? How does any of this work? Do I have to go to my covert stuff? Is the black market arms trading, whatever? Afrika Shield intervenes in South Africa. As the Boer Rebellion rages on, international journalists on the ground are reporting that German colonial panzer divisions have now begun to pour across the South African border in a rapid escalation of the conflict. Forces of the newly formed Afrika Shield have already won several key victories, forcing already stretched thin South African soldiers into retreating south in disarray. With the OFN having expressed support for the South African regime for almost a decade, the feeling on the ground was captured by quickly spreading footage of a bloody South African soldier, part of a convoy of soldiers retreating to Port Noloth, who asked the cameras the question that many have been asking: where the fuck are the Yankees? True chaos, when will it end? Well, I want to get involved. Come on, there's got to be something. I'm not seeing decisions. Okay, the African National Congress has just risen up. We're no longer getting the effects from military austerity, just in time, too. Yeah, under Oliver Tambo. But, I don't know, we're about to finish up the last of our focuses that we're able to take, so maybe we can then get involved after that. Oh, no, because the Indian subcontinent shit. Excuse me, but... stuff. At least, okay, our Special Forces slight upgrade is now done. Let's keep working on that, because we're going to be using them a lot. Capacity multiplier. No, we want quality. Plus 10% defense, plus 10% soft attack. That sounds good to me. Oh, and also a bit more organization is nice. Seriously, when can we send volunteers? They're gonna die without me! I'm sure of it. The Serbians have defeated the territory of the military commander in Serbia in a war. Is the National Liberation Front, is that Tito? Or, I don't know. Okay, budgets. Here's funds, back channels, all through Brittany. Money makes the world go round and then some. So we're just basically we're using back channels to get support to Spears Germany. That's what's going on. Damn it all. Fighting Filipinos, I guess. Seriously, when is there going to be an event? There better be something before the end of the year. I don't know. I've never gotten involved in the Africa War before. At least that's going well. The Shanao Files. Tricky Dick Kowtow. Negotiations with the Japanese. He stopped a war and this is how they treat him. Whatever. That doesn't... We want to get involved down here. When can we do that? Smash the dominoes. Okay, dominoes, right? This is our Vietnam, right? So this must be it. The time has come for the grandest battle against fascism since the Second World War. The last stand against autocracy abroad and worldwide. A second crusade against the forces of evil that have forced the free people of the world underneath their autocratic jackboots. With one fell swoop, we will stop the Nazis from securing a new foothold in Africa, for if we do not, surely the brutal invasion of our South African partners will only be the beginning. If Africa falls, then falls India. Then, with the East secured, the Nazis will soon be in the Americas as well. At least, this is the sentiment that every American general with a foot in the White House door has loudly shouted, berated the Senate over, rallied their troops with, and harassed the media with, as seemingly every man who has ever held a gun has proclaimed the time for a final battle against the fascist menace. While many members of the Republican-Democrat Party have seemed nervous over the situation, proposing some doubts that this domino theory is as immediate a threat as proposed, or that entering a war with direct service of the right can end anything besides a greater conflict. It is most surprising that several members of the MPP have stepped across the Senate aisle to agree. Leftists in the MPP have questioned what exactly the RD-dominated military establishment proposes as any end goal in this conflict, and what plan they may have to deal with Africa, even if there is some sort of victory, while the far right of the party has shown some suspicious hesitance to do battle with the fascists. Regardless, however, regardless, the president seems dead set on an intervention in the South African conflict, with President Nixon seemingly hoping that a knockout punch on the Reich commissioners will save his flagging administration and halt the impending impeachment vote. Goodbye, my darling. Hello, Kuruman. African Adventure starts, so we're going to get a bunch of bonuses for 150 days. So, hold on. New decisions are available. Yes. Here we go. Okay. The South African War. The South African War rages on, and we must do everything in our power to win it, lest the dominoes fall elsewhere. Many parts of our people, however, are not so willing to go fight in some far-off land. And the longer we stay in the war, the more credence their words will have. So we have a lot of options here, apparently. Operation Rolling Thunder. Okay, this is interesting. I thought we were just going to send volunteers, but there's some depth here. We need at least 49 command power, and we're not doing anything on the military front. Our best planes are ready to take control of the skies over Southwest Africa. We are going to bomb enemy airfields in the Southwest to oblivion to ensure that our troops won't be harassed by any German planes. Discontent will rise. So we're going to get some strategic bomber bonuses. We've got Operation Jackrabbit. The Namibia deserts are harsh, hot, and hostile for our troops stationed in South Africa. We must prepare them for the landscape so we can force the Southwest out of the war early. So we just get less heat attrition stuff and more climatization and stuff. Drink water! Operation Chromite. Libreville is a valuable city within the African realm. So that's Libreville. Where is that? Seriously, where is it? La Libertad. I don't know. Some sort of city. Maybe it's supposed to be Leopoldville? Or whatever. We need to focus our energy into attack on the city. If we take Libreville, we damage the Central, and we take important resources away from the Reich's discontent. Yeah, that's probably supposed to say Leopoldville. Or maybe they screwed up here, and this shouldn't be called Leopoldville anymore. Operation Ranch Hand. So it's basically, these are just different bonuses against the different countries. So we can send over guns. We can send over equipment. We can expand our ground operations. We may not be involved in this war as South Africa or our enemies, but we can always increase the number of advisors we send over, though it may cause some backlash. Our logistics and battle plans could be improved, and we can invest more resources to ensure victory over the Germans. They will also get 100 political power for that. Well, isn't that sweet of us? We can greatly expand the operations. Now, over here, we have a domestic situation. Wow, nobody told me about any of this. This is really interesting. The South African War is a struggle for democracy against the fascist colonies that would seek to snuff it out. Moreover, it's an opportunity to show the world that the Nazis can be beaten and to give Germany a bloody nose. However, at home, those benefits aren't always clear. Coffins landing at Dover Air Force Base. The nightly news broadcasting harrowing footage from the front. Loudmouth protesters decrying our brave fighting men. These things add up. We need to be careful with how the war plays at home. If we mismanage the war at home, the electoral blowback for our party could be disastrous. So we could spread message to lower discontent. We got like service requirements. We could draft people, things like that. Let's see, what's this? Make token withdrawals. Discontent will fall by a lot. Well, if there's one thing Nixon's good at, it's token withdrawals. I think what we're going to do... Well, okay, can we send volunteers now? Freaking hallelujah. Okay. We can send only one! Okay. Well, it's obvious which one we'll take. We'll send, right? We have to send one of our airborne. 82nd or the 101st. I'm just going to blindly pick one of them. Oh yeah, and send some air volunteers. So the first ones are on their way. Hopefully we can get some air experience rather quickly so we can start to improve the size of these. So do I care about... You know, let's let the volunteers show up there first. Now, is there any reason why discontent will rise or it will rise by a lot? National Spirit Advisor level 5. Let's find out what that exactly entails. We got Africa Adventure, but where's the level thing? Advisory level 5. I don't know. I think sending some equipment could be very useful to them because at the end of the day, we're only going to have one division we can help with. So we're getting a lot more bang for our buck, I think, if we send over equipment rather than just guns. Although, National Spirit... We could just save up for expanding the ground operations, though. Ah, damn, we're only getting like half a political power point a day. You know what? We're going to do strike the match, and then I'm not going to give a crap about any of this India stuff so that we could save up some political power. Let's let our volunteers also just get over there. Oh, yeah, and we are going to send over the equipment. I think they need it. We need them to be able to make enough divisions to fill in the front lines. Democracy in Africa has been but a faint memory dating back to before the Second World War. Colonial empires introduced the concept to the natives, but these empires have since fallen under Nazi rule. Our last hope for democracy on the continent lies in the Republic of South Africa. We formed the OFN in order to protect these frail democracies, and we must take action against the advancing Germans if South Africa is to survive. Unfortunately, our allies in the OFN are currently preoccupied as Canada prepares to help democracy win out in England. This war has provided us with a great opportunity to take the world stage from the fascists. We have to form a united front if we are to assist our South African allies, and to do this, we have decided to hold an OFN summit. We must gather every democratic leader to discuss our strategy heading into this conflict. We must show the world that the OFN is dedicated to the cause of freedom. Focus tree will change. Okay, something got canceled. I'm actually kind of okay with that. So what does this entail? Okay, it's like bottom left. I'm not sure why it actually had to cancel the thing. We got Sacred Duty, Kickstart the Media. Nice, 100 political power. Discontent will fall. Emergency support. Rally the Canadians, call on the Pacific. Righteous War, Summit South Africa. Wow, these are all very fast, too. Time is running out. Okay, good. I like what I see so far. People's Revolutionary Council just won in Russia. So what are we going to have to do first? I'm wondering if we need to take out the Boer Republic, but I think I want to head up the coast. Now, the African National African National Congress doesn't have a friend in the world right now. Ideally, we would not attack them, actually, since they're also at war with the Germans. But, yeah, they're going to die very quickly. They're probably going to be dead before my volunteers even arrive. I have no intention of spreading our message or whatever. Okay, kickstart the media. People need to know we are defending a weak democracy that currently stands alone against the looming Nazi presence. We will have the newspapers printing propaganda every day if it means we garner public support. There's an event, too. This is how you get people's minds off a silly little thing like impeachment. Just start up a war. We'll rally round the flag, boys. We'll rally once more. Okay. And we're done with our computerized cracking. Very nice. That's it. The entire cryptology department is done. Shoot, do I even care about the rest of this stuff? What do I want to do? I guess I could work on passive defense or whatever. I guess so. Doesn't hurt. Okay. Westmoreland in charge in Vietnam. Excuse me, South Africa. What could go wrong? Yeah, we're gonna head to the west first since their capital's pretty close. The fall of Bloemfontein. That's right here. Although it actually has not fallen yet, from what I can see. Perhaps the Boers should have prepared a little more for... Oh, it's because they fell to us. Perhaps the Boers should have prepared a little more for the civil war they started, and that has now degenerated into a proxy war for African supremacy between the Africa Shield and the OFN. Situated very close to the initial front lines of the war, Bloemfontein, capital of the newly established Boer Republic, had little time to prepare. Despite the efforts of the garrison commander, lack of manpower and materials due to the poor industrial development of the region meant that only makeshift defenses, mainly a few prefabricated bunkers, trenches, and anti-aircraft batteries scattered throughout the outskirts, could be erected in time for the South African offensive. Despite a fierce resistance, the city garrison couldn't repel the attackers and was soon forced to retreat inwards. Emergency barricades were built by auxiliaries, and several buildings were booby-trapped or set on fire to slow down the foe, but in the end it wasn't enough. After a brief last stand in the town hall, the officer in command of the city agreed to surrender terms offered by the Federation. The civilian irregulars were disarmed and allowed to return to their families, while all others were taken prisoner. Even though the government evacuated the city long before the offensive began due to safety reasons, the fall of Bloemfontein is still a hard blow to take for the Boer cause. Morale is falling all throughout the insurgent forces, and many have begun to question their German allies. If this is how the war is turning out to be, then it may not be long before peace returns. And yet, the war goes on. Discontent goes down, and we got some quick political power out of that. Very nice. But we can only be doing one thing at a time here, it would seem, so... That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Okay, kickstart the media. We're done there. What do we want to do? Fight for freedom? I think that's what we want. Because we don't need to make people less content here. Nazi Germany is looking to destroy the liberties that South Africans hold dear. The very same liberties we held back in 1776. The sentence could be a little bit better. Anyway, basically we're fighting in the name of freedom, liberty, etc., etc. Alright, let's try to get a quick encirclement here. Maybe not too quick, maybe not 5-speed quick. Kickstart the media. It's the 7 o'clock new... yep, there goes the African National Congress. Too bad. This is the 7 o'clock evening news. Tonight's top story. The shocking images coming from the Nazi invasion of South Africa. The last democracy on the continent. In millions of households across America, the exact same story was being aired from every single radio and television station as agreed at a high-level meeting between media executives and the Nixon administration. We face a desperate struggle. Wait. Wait, what? What? Okay, I think that it's this guy speaking next. We face a terrible struggle, a struggle for the survival of freedom in the face of Nazi tyranny. The Americans must know that in the face of totalitarian aggression, there can be no compromise. Wait a minute. Is this, isn't this what isn't this what Haley, the Ethiopian guy said? I think like these exact words he said to the UN. Anyway, a haggard Prime Minister Sir de Villiers Graf of South Africa made a desperate plea for international intervention to the hearts of Americans. A snide question asking if freedom extended to the Africans was edited out.
By God, Walter, we can't sit this one out. We lost the last war, but not for lack of trying. What did Shakespeare say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths.
The assembled panelists all nodded in agreement. The studio had been careful to vet everyone beforehand. There would be no peaceniks on the airwaves today and tomorrow and the day after. It's a just war. Everyone says so. So nice. Wow, we're really racking up that political power, aren't we? So maybe we should be doing a couple of things here. So what is worth it getting the draft going? Like, I don't need the recruitable population, and there's other things that get changed too, but I just don't think I need it. We can do no draft exemptions. Nah. Make token withdrawals, reel in the troops. Talk down involvement, buy back our arms. And I don't know about all that. I guess we're just going to have it saved up for a little while. We'll have enough that we can keep doing things repeatedly. Okay, let's come down here. Cool, cool. So we're about to get double encirclement very, very quickly. Very nice. Yeah, and you know, we're going to kind of, like I said before, we kind of need the Africans to have enough manpower that they can fill in the gaps behind us. Now, we're going to try not to go too far forward too fast, but I think we can really make some magic happen here. They're going to take this tile. Hold on. Yeah, hold it, you. Thank you for stopping, and then he's going to try to come down again. Son of a bitch. Get back. The Algerian War. Sorry, excuse me for cursing. Let's maybe come here. Can we then whip back fast enough? Are we that fast? Like, we're in helicopters, for goodness sake. Cool. We fight for freedom. I need to do it this way. Hold on. Okay. Exaggerate board atrocities. We can also send some more stuff. We'll be compensated. The democracy is falling to stand. So, okay, it looks like the front line has already stabilized, which is nice. What happens to a dream deferred? Is that like an existential question? What? I don't know. I know it's not good. Justice delayed is justice denied. Okay, we could do Operation Jackrabbit, which is going to help us, but I don't think right now is the time to do it. How about instead we greatly expand the ground operations, because I think this is the time to do it before we implement all these things. So what we're going to do is, after we've done this, we're not going to take anything for a little bit, because then this is going to lower the discontent of the war. Although, is there any discontent at all right now? Oh, it's low. Okay, it is there. It is there. So we'll let it. Well, yeah, we'll keep doing the other one just to lower it a bit.
Move out.
Dang it! Son of a bitch. Okay, let's pull back before we get killed out here. Maybe we should be going after the boars. No, what we need to do is we need to frickin' be able to send more volunteers. Okay, hold, man, hold. A little bit of a last stand. Okay, emergency support is done, and we're done with the area defense as well as vertical encirclement. Very nice. Okay. Those are naval helicopters talking about. But over here we can get, yeah, air defense and agility. Yeah, let's get in that area. What do we want to do next? Civilian factories. No. Oh, whoops. Didn't realize I wasn't paused. Air doctrine. Land doctrine. That's what we need to keep working on. Air ground task forces. That's going to help soften a heart attack of my divisions, which is, you know, good. Let's exaggerate the Boer atrocities. Kind of a rape of Belgium kind of situation, I think. Well, it looks like they've got their own helicopter units over there. Isn't that something? Gotta be careful that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. Okay. We're just gonna sit here, let them catch up. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some kind of encirclement going at some point. Let's also keep an eye out on that section of the front line. Come on, someone catch up. Someone catch up, please. Call on the Pacific or rally the Canadians. Come on, let's bring the thunder from down under. Get them and the Kiwis. Who can stand against us? Reports of war atrocities cover the front pages. Let's see. War in South Africa rages on. Let's see. So this guy Desmond has been part of anti-war protests. Boer massacres take hundreds of lives. Desmond couldn't believe what he was reading in the article. The Boers, supported by Germany, were brutally raping, enslaving, and killing women and children. At least 500 individuals suffered at the hands of the invading party, and the war was only just beginning. It was then that Desmond really saw the scope of the war and why it was so necessary for Americans to get involved. Innocent, unarmed human lives were at stake. The man imagined what could have happened if his wife, daughter, or son were victims of the Boer atrocities. As he gave the cashier a handful of coins, he began to contemplate whether he can really support the war effort. The Boers are not nice right now. So, yeah. Get a little bit more war support, basically. Okay, there we go. So do that, and then come back. Yeah, I think we're going to be fast enough. What is this? The Kingdom of England has defended their position from Ismail the England and prevented the country from falling into anarchy. A light cannot go out. It can only dim. Oh, dang it, I completely wasn't even paying attention to what was going on up there. So, that sucks.
Under fire.
Alright, little last stand going on here. Hopefully once we can greatly expand the thing, we can, you know, get involved. Or more, you know, send a second division out. Get the 101st out there. Alright, passive defense is done. What's this? Oh, surveillance aircraft. That's nice, actually. Decryption power. Okay, we're waiting for this division to come here, and then we're going to move up. Okay, hopefully Australia and New Zealand help me. Rally the Canadians! Dang it, they got a division in that area already. We could try to force attack our way through. Would that work? Guess we'll find out, won't we? If we can come down here, just get these 4 tiles. There's a whole lot in there. Silver lining. Wallace F. Bennett was a patient man, but even he was beginning to grow quite frustrated. I'm not sure why I'm talking about him in with this way, because he certainly isn't some kind of southerner. He's a Utah man. Anyway, we're going to. Anyway, it's Wallace Bennett. It's really quite simple, Mr. Johnson. The American currency is over-reliant on the silver standard. What I'm proposing is really not that radical. All the Silver Act suggests is that we reduce that reliance both within the federal budget and in the private sector. This was perhaps the 3rd time he had explained this simple concept to the assembled senators, and many were listening intently, but Lyndon B. Johnson had chosen to enact his characteristic bullish persona to derail the discussion. And I also say it's pretty simple that you are wasting time arguing over which metal we base our currency on. Last I checked, America was still an economic giant by all accounts, so I really fail to see the merit of this passion project of yours. Johnson scoffed as he leaned informally against his desk, and Bennett felt his blood pressure steadily rise at the lack of respect. We can be so much stronger, though, Mr. Johnson. Myself and my colleagues have done much research in the matter. We haven't even begun to get into the hard data. Allow me to show you the charts. I will gladly look at your charts, Mr. Bennett, but given the times we live in, I still say that silver is a rather small thing to get worked up over. Johnson chuckled idly as Bennett launched into more discussion, clearly not listening. Belittling as always, thought Bennett. Johnson was supposed to be his ally. The Republicans and Democrats were supposed to be allies, yet even the center and right to NPP seemed to have a better and more equal relationship than the two sides of his party did these days. As a Democrat, Bennett felt increasingly sidelined. That would have to change, he decided then and there. After the ultimately fruitless discussion came to a close, the two men passed each other as the senators left the hall for lunch. Bennett fixed Johnson with the steeliest gaze his mild-mannered persona could muster. "Something's got to change around, Johnson, and I'm going to be the one to do something about it. Something's got to give." Okay, well, I think that's where we're going to end today's episode because we're going to go do some other things, but then when I come back, I'll keep working on this. So in the next episode, we're gonna keep expanding the ground warfare. I really want to get my other division over here. Hopefully, we can also get some army experience up so we can make these proper 20 widths at least, and begin to push into the Reichskommissariat Southwest Africa, which you all know that I'm a huge fan of. That I figure we just got to drop one of them, and then that'll be the real dominoes. Now we could go after the Boer Republic, but all these mountains and stuff, it's going to be a total pain. I just know it. Although actually, don't I get a bonus in mountains actually? Desert, marsh, jungle, forest, hills. Okay, no, not mountains. But a lot of other good stuff. So, anyway, I'm Conquering History Games. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.